Hi guys, this is Sidney. I'm on here today to give you some guidance on how you can allow yourself to feel when the emotions arise, and then you could be in that state of flow and receptivity, and then you could release certain emotions that are no longer serving you, so you could free your energy space to embody more high frequency energy at this time for your ascension journey or whichever journey you resonate as terms or languages right now. So take however resonates for you and discern whether this may be for you at this time. Okay, I was actually channeling pretty heavily since yesterday. A lot of messages were coming, but I'm still in the process of dissecting and confirming certain messages and meanings behind for the collective or for the public. While I was doing so just before, the spirit came through to share this message for those who may need this at this time, because a lot of people in the collective are dealing heavily right now with emotional release right now, or energies of negativity. So we are in the Scorpio season at this moment as we are speaking right now. And we are getting a lot of support for transmuting a lot of negative emotions. And this year, especially right now at this time, from what I've been tapping into, we are dealing heavily with the past energies, meaning relating to karma. And this karma is not just from this life, from many lives previous to this lifetime, and even some galactic lifetimes for a lot of star seeds that I'm seeing. So a lot of the patterns that you are playing and certain compulsions or obsessions or attachments and fears that you are dealing heavily with at this time are not just from your reincarnations on Earth as a volunteer, but also what I'm seeing is your galactic lifetime as well. So the reason why you're being here, because we are going through this huge transition, meaning Gaia is raising its frequency that this never took place in the entire history of the universe. And so you came here to clear all of your karma, not just on Earth, but all of from your galactic lifetimes as well, because this is a huge acceleration of frequency in a very fast pace. So what I kept seeing was the Chariot card for the collective, the white horse and the black horse. That represents yin and the yang. That is the divine feminine energy and the divine masculine energy. So we are all healing both sides, that I also mentioned in my previous video about healing mother wound, healing father wound, and that can relate to literal mother that you were born through in this lifetime and the father figure. And also it could be the mother or the father or the energy of alpha and the energy of omega. So what I'm seeing right now in my psychic vision is the ancient Egyptian symbol of Ankh, you know, the symbol. So it's A and HK, I believe is KH. It's called Ankh. You can look it up if you've never heard of it. So it's the balancing of the energies. And so the reason why it is coming up and we are heavily or continuously dealing with these balancing, meaning coming into the center, the unity within, is because we want to start become a co-creator. And so that a lot of souls are being called to your higher self rather than the ego. So this is all ego stuff, basically, dealing with fears, attachments, and what I see in the collective for a lot of people are, and this is also something that I experienced with working with other people, and they told me that they used to be able to cry before, but ever since this happened, they got really hurt and feel betrayed from this relationship. And so since then, they just couldn't cry anymore, even though they want to cry. Or, some told me that they don't know how to feel, and they're unsure whether they're feeling feelings or feeling emotions, or they don't feel anything. And with regards to this as well, is because we have a certain idea about what feeling is. And so first you want to look into your idea of what feeling is, your idea of what feeling emotions are, and you can start from that place on, because it's a judgment in and of itself, because the way you feel is not about physical sensation. That's how we usually are being conditioned to at this time, because this is a very much physical reality. So when you feel something, you're like happy or you're sad or you're angry, unless it's a very extreme emotion, we don't realize that we are feeling stuff, and a lot of it is hidden, or a lot of it we avoid by escaping, and we don't realize that we are suppressing or we are repressing instead of allowing those emotions to feel. So with that, the key word is acceptance. Because whenever you're not feeling something or having these thoughts or beliefs that you're not feeling something, is because you're constantly reinforcing it with your self-talk is the first thing for those of you who may resonate. For example, you may have a habit. This is just a habit, right? Habit of saying to yourself, I don't know if I'm feeling this. I don't know whether I'm feeling it. It's because you have a lot of limiting beliefs based on whether you're doing something good or bad, or doing something right or wrong. So you want to explore your limiting beliefs that you may be holding, whether you are right or wrong, that is affecting you from feeling or connecting with these emotions, because you're constantly pushing these emotions with this resistance, because you're judging. You see, whenever we judge, we create a resistance to the current, meaning the flow. And the energy of the Scorpio is very much water energy, and it's very in-depth, and it's very dark and shadowy, and we could go really deep down into these emotional realm. And that's why it is so good for us to tap into that fear, that attachment that we didn't really look into. We can go deeper. And when we go deeper and allow ourselves to feel, we can release them. And one other blockage that is common, or that could be common for a lot of people, is this idea that this is not what I want to feel, and this is not where I want to be right now. That could be a judgment in and of itself. That is the limiting belief, meaning you want to start exploring your limiting beliefs around what you're supposed to, what you're not supposed to. So you're dealing with a lot of shoulds, meaning you have a lot of karma relating to controlling, okay? Meaning it's related to your insecurities within. So whenever you subconsciously have this belief that I should be done by now, I should be done with all my healing work right now, or this is what I've been working on this, but I'm still doing this. All these ideas of limiting beliefs that you hold in your subconscious is constantly creating this barricade, or this barrier that is creating resistance to this flow. So meaning the emotions need to flow, but this judgment is like, stop. And then this cannot flow any longer. So you're pushing it down, meaning because you want to control it. And controlling, pushing it down, repressing, suppressing, you will keep storing these emotions, meaning that's going to be your vibration. you see? And so your energy space will be filled with these emotions. So the higher frequency has no space to come in and settle in, you see? Okay, so it's important for you to lift up this resistance by looking into your limiting beliefs. So this may be counterintuitive for certain people because we think the emotions are feelings and more just watery energies, but it's very much tied to our limiting beliefs because the mind generates these feelings or emotions. You see, so you want to look into that area. For example, I'm done with all the healing, and that I don't feel angry, I don't feel resentful, or I don't give a F about that person or the situation anymore. For example, if you find yourself saying this, it's likely that you may be trying to have this idea in your subconscious that you may be at a certain place by now, meaning your ego is in the play, deciding this is where I need to be, where I want to be, or where I want to get to fast and quickly. And when that is being in your subconscious, you're not accepting what is in this moment that is honest. So in that sense, being honest with your emotions are very useful at this time. And a lot of us in the collective, we are dealing with being so good that we are not being honest with other people or with ourselves, or being so bad that we're not being honest with ourselves, and we are masking ourselves, right? And this is all coming down to insecurities that is relating to you feeling worthy, and it's all coming down to you feeling unloved. So we are heavily dealing with feeling unloved, especially at this time, that is coming from insecurities deep, deep, deep down. That's what I'm seeing right now. It's very much in a deeper layer than we are used to feeling and tapping into. So in relation to this, what is coming up right now is all of these emotions that are rising. You may be feeling pretty turbulent in the sense that you may be one day feeling a bit more of a joyous energy, feeling energized, happy-go-lucky and uplifted, and the next day you find yourself getting triggered or someone reacting and you are absorbing the energy, or you find yourself lashing out, and however you resonate, some sort of lower vibrations in your field, and suddenly you're having to deal with these emotions that are pretty heavy. Okay, so this could be going on up and down, or you may also be experiencing some ascension symptoms like extreme physical fatigue, or this ascension symptoms that I described in my previous video, is because what I'm getting, especially for these people who are heavily experiencing physical ascension energy symptoms like that this time around, is usually the people who didn't do or the extreme emotional work in the month of October leading up to early November, and now they're given the second chance, another chance. And so right now the energy is, I would say, it's not as that high frequency energy that we've been experiencing, that's been rising up, like I would say crazy, very rapidly, up to 11:11, and we don't feel that, like, we don't use the word crazy surge anymore, because what I'm getting is it's stabilized. So the energy wise, it leveled up, and that energy of high frequency has been normalized. So we don't feel this as something of rising up anymore, or as intensely as we used to. That is what is coming up. It's stabilized and normalized. But when we look at it from a bigger picture, In October, the energy level could be here, and now this is the normal level that we're living under. So in that sense, I mentioned something about a lot of people and a lot of things in the society crumbling down, a lot of fluctuations, right? But you may not feel that on a physical level as intense as before, but because the energy level has been normalized higher level, so that's what I'm seeing. But it is still rising up and a lot of planets that were in retrogrades, especially the planets that were they don't change much frequently, are going direct and have been going direct, and it's going to continue to do so until January 2024. So that means a lot of the acceleration and moving forward momentum is being created as we are ending or reaching the end of the year and entering into the new year. Okay, so the reason why we are experiencing these emotions is because we want to make peace with the past, what has come up, so we can begin with a clean slate. And a lot of people in the collective, especially star season light workers with special mission, right, with purpose, they know their purpose now. They know what they need to do, and some may be still in the process of discovering, because what I see is they're still holding on to a lot of judgment. This idea of should and should not, and idea of, well, that person or that singer doesn't have the energy or good energy, but why are they being blah, right? These are all just their thoughts of judgment. So if you believe that as bad, if you believe that they don't have good energy, if you believe that they have good energy, this idea is all just from the mind of the ego rather than the intuition. So it's very much the overactivity in the mind, overstimulation in the mind is creating a blockage that could connect to their intuition, where they could really discern with truth. Okay, so with that, you need to allow yourself to feel, and to allow yourself to feel, you need to meditate, meaning sit still and then observe and accept what is playing out without having certain ideas of what should be and where you want to be and where you should be right now. Okay, so it's like this, I want to end this cycle, or I'm done with this cycle. I don't want to be in that healing phase anymore. Then that is the blockage in and of itself that you need to start exploring and accepting. Okay, I see that I am blocking my energy right now with these thoughts, and where is this coming from, right? What am I really feeling? So you want to start very honest with yourself by tapping into that. That's what I mean by meditating and getting into your center, you see? So that you could admit to yourself, oh, I'm scared right now. I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm afraid of this change, or I'm afraid of this unknown, or I am reactive because I'm scared, or I am angry because it makes me feel unloved, actually, you know? And I am lashing out because I'm afraid that I'm not worthy. So I'm trying to act out, and I'm used to getting attention that way, and it's not healthy for me. So this is energy that is relating to a lot of emotional vulnerability right now, the Scorpio season. And what I'm seeing is, once you go through this cycle of Scorpio, of being really vulnerable with your emotions, and what I'm getting right now is that feeling weak doesn't make you weak, and feeling strong doesn't always make you feel strong. So you may want to resonate with this, and you may want to explore further with these words, because you could be one day feeling very strong, powerful, in power, and the next day you may feel very weak, right? And sometimes those of you who have been very strong or the strongest can also feel weak at times, and it is okay. You don't need to judge yourself, is the message that is coming up, because you're allowed to feel everything and all emotions are valid. It's part of the lesson of us being unconditional, or going back to our true self within that is unconditional. And that as you accept these vulnerabilities, or what you thought was weak was bad, or what you thought was strong was good, when you release these ideas and just allow emotions to play, and then what I'm getting is you're starting to dance with these emotions, starting to dance with the moments where you feel weak, starting to dance with the moments you feel strong. You continue to dance. It's where you can find the balance and start dancing with life. Dancing with fire is what is coming up, because it's about transmutation of a lot of the negative energies in the Scorpio season right now. So I would really highly encourage you, if you resonate with this video and the overall message here, is to really explore your limiting beliefs of where you should be, or what you should feel, where you need to be, and what you have been doing. So you have to be at some sort of destination, right? All this resistance that is causing you to get stuck with certain emotions, meaning blocking your heart chakra. And what I got was a lot of the anger, resentment issues are relating to heart chakra, and when it's blocked, it's affecting our throat chakra of being authentic, because we cannot speak our truth in terms of emotions. You're not able to freely express your emotions in an honest way, because this is blocked, and you are used to being in control, meaning repressing or suppressing by saying to yourself, oh, this is nothing, oh, I can handle this, or I don't give a F about this, or well, I'm done with that already. So subconsciously or unconsciously, you may be repressing whatever that is coming up right now, and not taking as a gift for you to release it, to free yourself, to unchain and break yourself further. But you may be blocking your own blessings by playing out old habits, repressing, suppressing, okay? So take this as a reminder. This is not to discourage you or judge you that you are doing something wrong or right. It's just that you want to see this as, oh, okay, I'm getting this insight. How can I incorporate this to create forward movement or create growth in my life? Is the key that I want you to stay focused on. Okay, so take this if you resonate, and then, oh, I see that's what I've been doing. So you want to maybe start journaling, write down all the emotions that you're feeling honestly. I'm actually getting angry, and it's okay for you to feel anger. You don't need to feel shame, because whenever we express anger or feeling dissatisfied, we may have been judged or punished as a child. That's why we learn to suppress or repress or try to control and deny these emotions. For example, is one thing that is coming up right now from tapping into the collective. So, for example, if you're feeling such emotions, it is okay. You don't need to play good. You see, you don't need to play bad. And when the reason why we play bad is because that's also a form of self-protective mechanism and a form of avoidance. When I play grief, or when I play like I'm a victim, people gave me attention, or I could draw attention, or I didn't have to deal with certain things because I'm a victim, right? We're waiting for someone to save you, but you are the savior. And with that, the last message that is coming up very strong for those of you who may resonate is that you are the love of your life. Remember this as a message, because you are a piece of art by the God, by the universe. You are the own universe, you're the own God. However it resonates, you are a unique piece of art, and you are the love of your life. Meaning, whether you are in a relationship or not, when you have this, when you embody this self-practice, where you know the balance and strong discernment and boundaries, that's where you can protect your loved ones as well, because you have that inner strength, wisdom, balance, harmony within yourself. You have the security and safety within, and you know that you are the love, you are the light. And we're not here to be saved. But the beauty of being in a relationship in 3D or in this planet right now is that we can experience so much more on a physical level and all these different things, which is beautiful. That I see a lot of soul in the collective, the soulmates coming together, right? As soul tribes merging, and soulmates in all forms are coming together, because we are making peace with the past, releasing this karma, so we don't have to deal with the karmic relationships anymore. We will be coming together to co-create together, okay, celebrate each other. So that is what is coming up. So it is very important, once again, I'm emphasizing this, to release. And to release, you want to accept where you are with whatever that is coming up, whether it's feeling peace, feeling bored, feeling angry, feeling sad, grieving, right? From feeling betrayed or feeling unloved. You want to deal with these emotions by accepting where you are as you are. Start writing them down and recognize. And once you recognize, because you're shedding light onto it, you're transmuting it. That's the whole point right now, recognizing. And with that raised awareness, you're going to raise a level of consciousness, and that means your frequency is shifting, okay? Your frequency is going to rise up because you have more light, okay? And you put more light into the shadow. You went deep down, okay? So that's how you're transmuting in the Scorpio season right now. And that any of the shoulds or ideas of shoulds or should not, or who you need to be, where you need to be, that is blocking you from being honest with your emotions that are rising up, even the negative emotions. Get rid of that idea of the good girl, the good boy, the bad girl, the bad boy, the image that you created that you used to imprison yourself. And getting out of your comfort zone by surprising everyone that they thought that you were this, but you're a multidimensional being. You are many aspects, and you can be anything that you want to be freely. And so this is all part of freeing yourself from the opinions of others, right? So you could be yourself, so you could start to express yourself, meaning in that moment you start connecting with your soul purpose and mission. And with that, you're going to merge with your soul tribe, because your karmics are no longer into the play, because you have learned the lesson, right? So that is coming up very strong for you, for those of you who are going to resonate and need this message at this time. So I hope this helps, and I'll see you in my next video, guys. Bye.